This lovely Wednesday night. So I would like for you to just begin on your back and take the block and place the block underneath your sacrum on its lowest setting. So what that means is the flattest setting of your block right underneath your sacrum, and draw your belly in. Beautiful. You can just stay here for a few moments, just breathing deeply. So I want you to notice if you feel kind of like you're arched up over the block. And if you are, just slide the block down towards your feet a little bit more. What I want you to do is feel like your pelvis is very neutral. So your pubic bone isn't tilting one way or the other. Yes, good. And then you've got some length in that low back area. So no scrunching in the low back, length only is what we're looking for. Now take the fingers, place them in your hip creases, and we're going to do this march that we have done so many times before. So just lifting and lowering, lift and lower, closing your eyes, feeling that there's not really a rocking happening, but there's kind of an ease and a flow going here. Good. We've got 8 more. So we're always trying to find ways to let our body move more smoothly. If you look at a dancer or ballerina or something like that, I mean, they're an extreme example, but they flow. Good. The next time your left knee is up over top of your hip, I just want you to lift it up and externally rotate. So that means the thigh bone turns out. This is the thigh bone. And internally rotate. That means the thigh bone turns in. What doesn't move is your butt on the block. Okay, so you keep pulling the lower abdominals in and just rotate. For most people, this is going to create some substantial heat in the hip joint really quickly. And it's good. We're not crunching the hip joint. We're lengthening the leg and rotating. Yeah, it's pretty hard to crunch in this position as long as you've got really nice, long, or tight lower belly. Good. 2 more. Yeah, because you don't want to kind of be loose. Yeah, like this. Last one. You want to be nice and tight. Good. Let's lift the right leg up. Pull the lower abdominals in together, and then we rotate external and internal. So a little PS, as we get older, our internal rotation of the leg bone decreases. So this is really important work, that we use this internal rotation as we continue to age. Yeah, and keep some of it, right? We're not going to stay young forever, but our bodies can certainly feel better. Good. 4 more. 2. And the last one. Beautiful job. Now we're going to do something a little bit different. Lower the block down, or lower the block to the side. And then I want you to take your hands and just put them on your lower abdominals. Just take a couple of deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Now you can start to lift and lower the heels, but don't move your belly at all. Lift and lower both heels. So you keep the balls of the feet on the ground. Don't be trying to like lift the whole feet off. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Now you're going to keep your feet on the ground, but open the knees just a few inches out wide and bring them back in. And as you do that, you can pull the left fingers back. And you'll get a nice stretch through the hand and the forearm. Well, it's almost feels like you're flapping your legs a little bit, like, yeah, good. And then you can switch sides and pull the other hand back. Good. 4 more here. All right, before we move away from the floor, we're going to play around a little bit with our scapula and our abdominals. So you can take the block, place the block underneath your scapula. So that's your shoulder blades, and on the lowest setting. Yeah, have the other block nearby in case you need a little bit more support. You may or may not. I have it nearby. And then you're gonna lay back on that block, scapula on, do you see where it is? Yep, scapula right there, hands behind the head, interlace the fingers. Get that right on the scapula. So I want you to feel it right on the scapula. The bottom of the block will kind of hit your bra line. Good. Once you have that, I want you to take a big inhale, and as you exhale, push down into that edge of the block, like the bottom of the scapula or that bra line. Push down and try to do like a little bit of a baby crunch. So it's almost like you're really pushing, trying to get an opening into that bra line. Good. Inhale and lower. So every time I lower, I'll probably go back over the block a little bit more, kind of like a fulcrum. And then go ahead, exhale, push into the block. Good. And then inhale and go back over the block. Okay, so now wiggle your bum down just like maybe an inch. So the block moves up your scapula an inch. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, come up off the shoulder blades and push into that just above the bra line. Now we're gonna do like a little scrub here. So you're gonna let your elbows go to the left and then the elbows go to the right. And so this should hit some pretty tight knotted up muscles there. I haven't met a human that doesn't have that yet. So if you're not really feeling it, try to push harder into the block with that part of your back. And it literally is kind of making like a cat back. That's what it is. Good. Come to the center, inhale and lower down. We're going to try that again. Exhale. Come on up, push into the block like a cat back, and then rotate right and left. Don't spread the elbows if you can help it. Right and then left. Come back to the center. Let's go down one more time. So wiggle the bum down. Ooh, this is going to be a little spot for me. I can tell already. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, come on up, push into the block, and then just see if you can really push. So now you're way less at the bra line. You're kind of up at the top of the scapula. Good. Inhale and lower down. Exhale. Come on up. Here's that scrub it up. So cat back, really scrubbing in as you kind of rotate side to side. And if you're like, I don't know what she's doing, I don't understand, don't stop trying, just go. You'll know, you'll feel it when you get it. Like it's almost like there's somebody in there giving you the best massage maybe you've had in your entire life. Yeah, and it's this block. Oh gosh, that feels good. Okay, and then that's it. Stop, inhale, and lower down. Oh, okay, so now you get to take the block out and lay back on your back. Do you feel all that extra room? That's what creates flow and ease in our daily life when we're not crunched up and all like, having a crazy time trying to keep calm. Okay, so you're going to come onto your hands and your knees and find, like, you could have blocks under your hands if you needed. Find this quadruped, but bring your knees in a little bit closer than you might think. So you see how I'm keeping my back flat? I'm not doing any curving. My back is nice and flat, but my knees are not far away, because when they're far away, that gives my belly more of a chance to kind of like lower to the ground. So I'm gonna like snug everything. Snug as a bug in a rug, my mom used to say. All right, you'll take the left arm alongside the ear and then the right leg back. So this is our little bird dog. Good. And then we're going to switch sides. So I want you to do this several times. And as you're doing it, don't worry about looking at me or anything else. I want you to see how it feels in your body. So how does it feel? You might even close your eyes. You might notice what happens to your glute or your butt cheek as you take the leg back. You might hear some crunching in your shoulder joints or maybe your hips. Like, I don't know what you've got, but just like notice, what is it? Good, we've got 4 more only. Good. Whew. That bird dog will get you heated up fast. Wide knee, child's pose. You can take your hands, make a little prayer, or interlace the fingers, bring them behind your neck or behind your head. So we're just breathing here and just allowing this breath to come in our body and then letting the breath out our mouth. Good. All right. Come back onto your hands and your knees. If your knees feel like a little like tender, just put something under them. Okay, from here, left hand is down. You'll lift the right arm up and then you're going to thread the needle under. So we're staying on this side. And again, close your eyes and just feel how this feels for you. You do not need to move your head to follow the arm. As a matter of fact, I really recommend you don't. You just leave the head neutral so that you're not using that neck. Good. 2 more. Oh, delicious. On the last one, you can stay with the right arm underneath and the left leg out to the left, or you could keep the left knee beside the right. So you decide. We'll just hold it here for a moment. Ooh, inhaling and exhaling. Beautiful. Come back onto your hands and your knees. Cat cow. Inhale, chin, chest, and tailbone lifts. And then as you exhale, you curve and roll under. Good. Inhale. And exhale. One last time. Inhale. And make that cat back. You could even think of that block. Remember where it was when we were on our backs? Push into the block. Good. Take the block underneath the knee, the right knee. The left foot will come forward. Once you get there, you can go ahead and just do these shoulder rolls. And these shoulder rolls are so like, just lovely, right? Really lovely. Woo. You can be a little wobbly, a little wiggly, but just feel kind of this nice shoulder roll. Ooh, very nice. Good. Nice. You can stop with your hands, just let them hang down low. I want you to look over your right shoulder and then look over your left. Look over your right and your left. Just notice the instability that even just the neck movement causes. We want flow, so much flow. Beautiful. Stop to the center. Now I want you to go ahead and just allow that right ear to go to the right shoulder. Good. And now take the left ear to the left shoulder. Excellent. Now take the left hand just kind of on the back of the head and let the head kind of tilt. You're still letting the left ear go to the left shoulder, but you're letting it kind of tilt and you're giving it a little overpressure to stretch down that right side of the neck. Good. You can go ahead and help your face back up. So I like to use my hand and just help up. Good. Okay, come on up and then you'll turn to the side of your mat for goddess. So here's our goddess squat, and you're just going to pulse nicely just to get the thighs in and around this area nice and warmed up. Good. Nice. 8 more just like this. Notice how that feels. Get your triple S, keep your ribs in. Very beautiful. Good. Now listen up. You're going to go ahead, stay low, but lift the right heel and internally rotate that knee. Well, actually not just the knee, the whole thigh. Then externally rotate the thigh and lower down. Then we alternate to the other side. Lift the heel, internally rotate, then externally rotate, lower the heel. Lift, internally, externally, and lower. Good. Left, internally. So make the knee come in. Yeah. And externally. Good, and lower. Now make sure you're pivoting on the ball of the foot, the right foot. Good, yes. And then the left foot. Good, okay. Go ahead, put your hands down on the floor. We're gonna do a wide leg forward fold. You could have the blocks underneath, like I have here. And then just kind of wiggle your bum side to side. Wiggle your bum side to side. Okay, something a little bit different. We're going to turn to the back of the mat. Come on to all fours. Whew. And cat-cow. Inhale, chin, chest, and tailbone lifts. And then as you exhale, ooh, release. Nice. Inhale. And exhale. Push in like you're pushing into that block. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, let's be quiet and come into that bird dog. Right arm comes along the ear. Left leg goes back. And then we switch. And then we switch. And then we switch. Concentrate on how you're feeling. Four more. Beautiful. From there, you're going to go ahead, we'll thread the needle. So this time the left arm comes up and then it threads underneath. The left arm comes up and it threads underneath. Remember, you do not need to look up at all. Two more. I like actually keeping my eyes closed and then I can kind of feel what I feel in the body. Good. Keep the left arm under and you'll take the right leg out to the right. Just hang on there for a moment. Just breathing deeply. Good. Come back onto all fours. You're going to take the right foot forward and then the left knee will go on a block. Okay? Good. Find your shoulder rolls here. So nice shoulder rolls. You've got the back body nice and strong there. Pull everything in. The ribs aren't flaring. You're just really finding the flow. Let yourself be the flow. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, keep going. All right, you can let your hands just hang to the side. Look over the left shoulder, over the right, over the left, over the right. Now I have this habit, like when I look over the left, I kind of tilt my shoulder forward. Don't do that. Yeah. And it's not about like being all judgy for the habits that we have. It's just noticing them and then like we can make a change. Good. Last, looking over to the left and to the right. Hold. Your left ear can go to the left shoulder. And then your right ear to the right shoulder. Good. Now you can keep your right ear to the right shoulder, but just tilt the chin down. So towards the neck. And then you'll take that right hand and overpressure that head. So when I say overpressure, it doesn't mean yank. It means literally I'm just resting my right hand on my head. That's it. Beautiful. So just keep there. Two more deep breaths, just allowing that to be a nice little stretch for you. You can feel the stretch all the way down that left side of your body, left side of your neck, I should say. Good. Okay, now from there, you're gonna come on up into goddess pose. So a nice quarter turn, and we just pulse here. Now, I like to take my hands in by the hip creases to make sure I'm not doing this thing like, ugh. Okay, you wanna keep here. So there's space for your hands to go in between the hip creases. Yes, good. You see how my toes are turned out so much? I have really good external hip mobility. So some of you might look more like this, and that's okay. It doesn't have to go out that wide. Yeah, good. Yeah, really good is my gymnastics days and then my tilted pelvis. And I kind of walk like this. Yeah, it's just naturally how my body is. So I turn out. Yes, good. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Now see if you can find some flow with that internal leg bone rotation and the pulse. Just give it a try. Internal leg bone and the pulse. Yes, nice. 4 more. Woo-hoo-hoo. 3, nice. Very good. Scrubbing the bottom of the feet. Beautiful job. You're going to go ahead, turn to the front of the mat and come into child's pose. So sit back, let your bum go back, reach your hands forward, find your child's pose, relax. So a little bonus for you today, my friend, is we're going to come into forearm plank. So come into quadruped, so on all fours. Then drop onto your forearms. Hands can be in fists or flat on the ground. And then you're going to step the feet back to find your forearm plank. Good. Now just hold this here and see if you can pull the lower belly upwards. Then lower all the way down to Sphinx pose. So the arms, the forearms are on the ground, the elbows are right underneath the shoulders. Good, and we're gonna go ahead and just do half neck rolls. So that means we don't go back, we just let the head go down in the semicircle at the bottom. Left ear to left shoulder. Chin goes to chest. Right ear to right shoulder. Good. See if you can find some flow in that. Oh, yes. Feel the tension just kind of like melting away. And you can almost see it. It's kind of flying off into the world, ready to be changed into some good, positive, less stressful energy for you. 2 more. So flow doesn't mean we're like easy. Ease doesn't mean we're easy. It just means we understand that there's things that we can control and things that we can't. Good. Here's your Sphinx pose. I want you to bend the right knee and then look over your right shoulder. Good. And then switch. Bend the left knee, look over your left shoulder. And then switch. You can notice how that's feeling as well. And then switch. Tray bow, my friends. That is it. That is all. You can take a few moments to, or as many minutes as you like, really, to Shavasana your way into a super blissful state. The love, the light, and the kindness in me recognizes the love, the light, and the kindness in you. Namaste.